At the beginning of the movie, we see a factory named Wani Waras. The scene then shifts to the home of the chief, where a celebration is taking place. Many guests have gathered, and a woman named Ningsi is seen serving drinks. Just then, Rothman arrives. Seeing him, Ningsi becomes angry and walks away, avoiding him. She tells him that if he doesn't want to propose, that's fine, but he shouldn't make promises and then disappear for days. Rahman apologizes and pulls out a ring. Just as he's about to propose, he receives an urgent call from his senior officer, asking him to report to the station immediately. Rahman puts the ring back in his pocket and tells Ningsi that she is his priority, but he must attend to work first. He promises to return by afternoon. Managing to make her smile again, he leaves for duty. Moments after he leaves, a speeding car crashes into the celebration, injuring several guests before hitting a parked vehicle. The chief rushes to the car, opens the door, and assumes the driver is drunk. However, the driver behaves oddly, then suddenly lunges at the chief and bites off a chunk of his neck. The guests are horrified by the gruesome sight.
Comment. Subscribe to Recapss Horror.
The movie then cuts to 5 hours earlier. At the Wani Waras factory, an employee is seen handing out cases of medicinal samples to delivery boys, one set for their owner and another for a woman named Mrs. Grace, who lives in Jakarta. The scene then shifts to Sadaman, the owner of Wani Waras. The delivery boy hands the samples to a servant. We are then introduced to Karina, Sadaman's wife, who is having her breakfast. The servant brings the samples, and Karina asks her to leave them on the table. Next, we meet Kenz, Sadaman's daughter, her son Rayhan, and her husband Rudy. They are heading to Sadaman's house to claim their share of the Wani Waras company, as Sadaman plans to sell the factory after suffering heavy losses. It is revealed that Karina and Kenz share a strained relationship. They were once best friends, but things changed when Karina married Kenz's father and became her stepmother. The scene then returns to Sadaman, who examines the samples and drinks from one of the bottles. Meanwhile, Karina suggests that since he's now retired, they should take a trip together, mentioning that she wishes to have a child of her own. After a moment, Kenz and Rudy arrive at the house. Karina greets them warmly, but Kenz pointedly ignores her, and even tells Rayhan to stay away from Karina. Next, we're introduced to Bang, Sadaman's son, who is busy playing a game on his computer. Rayhan walks into his room, and it's clear that the two share a close bond. Meanwhile, Sadaman steps out of the bathroom after a shower and realizes, to his astonishment, that he looks significantly younger. The sample he consumed earlier has worked miraculously, and it has reversed his aging. When he comes out, Karina is shocked to see his youthful appearance. Sadaman smiles and tells her it's all thanks to the sample he drank. Overjoyed, Karina embraces him, but during the moment, a strange reaction begins to form on Sadaman's back. A little later, Sadaman steps out of the room, and everyone in the house is stunned to see his transformation. Kenz asks if he underwent some sort of treatment, to which he replies that he'll explain everything. He then announces that he has decided not to sell the Wani Waras factory. Hearing this, Bang gets upset and storms out of the room. Sadaman continues, "For years, our company has been stagnant. I had no choice but to consider Nusa Pharma's offer, but this changes everything." He holds up the sample bottle and declares, "This potion is the key to eternal youth. Look at me. No gray hair, no glasses, no wrinkles. This formula will change the world. I've named it the Elixir." At that moment, Kenz reveals that she and Rudy are getting a divorce, as he has cheated on her. She explains that after receiving her share of the money, she plans to move away with Rayhan and start her own business, so she'll never have to depend on anyone again. Sadaman, instead of consoling her, scolds her, saying she doesn't take care of herself or try to remain attractive. Karina tries to defend her, but Kenz snaps back, accusing her father of never caring about her, or Bang and blaming Karina for marrying him, only for his money. Suddenly, Sadaman begins to feel unwell as the argument escalates between Karina and Kenz. He stops them and firmly states that his decision is final. He will not sell Wani Waras. He reminds them that he built the company through his own hard work, then rips the sale contract apart in front of everyone. Moments later, he starts to feel strange again. The skin on his neck begins to have some infection. He suddenly vomits blood and collapses. Rudy checks his heartbeat and announces that he has stopped breathing. Panic breaks out as everyone scrambles to call an ambulance. Suddenly, Sadaman rises, now a terrifying undead creature. Gritting his teeth, he lunges at his servant Party, biting a chunk out of his neck, then turns to his driver Eris, spewing blood onto his face, some of which Eris accidentally swallows. Bang rushes in to save Eris, but Sadaman attacks him next, trying to tear into his flesh. Karina and Kenneth desperately try to stop him, and in self-defense, he pulls the spear gun in his hand and lodges it inside Sadaman's skull, killing him. Everyone stands frozen, horrified and devastated by the gruesome scene. Rudy instructs Eris to tell the police that everything was just an accident, but insists that he must bring them quickly. Still in shock, Eris drives off to get help, though it's clear that he too may now be infected. Meanwhile, Bang feels immense guilt for killing his father, but Kenneth comforts him, assuring him that it wasn't his fault. It was an accident. Still confused, Bang wonders aloud what really happened to their father. Inside the house, Sum tells Karina that Party needs to be taken to the hospital. Suddenly, they hear strange noises from inside. To their horror, they discover that Party has turned into one of the infected. He's devouring the flesh of a servant named Suji before violently lunging at the others. He attacks Karina, but she kicks him away. Party then goes after Rudy, and when Ima, the housekeeper, tries to intervene, Party bites her arm. He lunges again and tears a chunk out of her neck. Outside, Bang, sitting in the car, senses that something is wrong. Kenneth steps out to check and is horrified to see Suji, now infected, feeding on another servant's body. When Suji turns toward her, Bang quickly slams the car into Suji, crushing her and severing her torso from the rest of her body. Meanwhile, Karina, Sum, Rudy, and Rayhan escape through the back door, with Party following close behind. When Kenneth and Bang return to the house, they find it empty and in disarray. Suddenly, Ima, now a zombie, appears and charges at them. Bang manages to slam the door shut just in time. They run outside toward their car, only to realize Suji's upper body is missing. Moments later, her half-body crawls toward them. Bang kicks her away, and the two jump into the car and speed off as zombies chases behind. Meanwhile, Eris begins transforming into a zombie. He loses control of the car and crashes into the chief's celebration, the same scene we witnessed at the beginning of the movie. Eris growls, lunges at the chief, and bites a chunk out of his neck before attacking the other guests, spreading chaos and terror everywhere. The scene then cuts to Karina, Rudy, Sum, and Rayhan, who reach a truck only to find it locked. Suddenly, they hear a growl. It's Party who has tracked them down. He approaches the truck, searching for them, unaware that they're hiding nearby. Just as he starts to walk away, Rudy's phone rings, catching Party's attention. He turns and rushes toward Rudy. Karina shoves Party back, but then Party spots Rayhan. The boy manages to escape. Sum pushes Party again, and Karina seizes the moment, grabbing a pitchfork and stabbing him. Just then, it begins to rain, and for some reason, the rain seems to transfix Party. Taking advantage of the moment, the group runs away. Kenneth finally manages to talk to her husband Rudy over the phone. Rudy urgently tells her to get out of the house. She replies that they're already outside, explaining that the housekeepers attacked them, and she has no idea what's happening. Karina suggests that everyone meet at the chief's house, where they can decide what to do next. Karina, Rudy, Sum, and Rayhan reach the chief's house, only to be horrified to see that everyone there has turned into zombies. As soon as they enter, Eris attacks Sum and drags her outside. Rudy quickly pulls Karina in and locks the door behind them. We then see that other zombies join in and devour Sum alive. Meanwhile, Kenneth and Bang also arrive outside the chief's house and see the chaos unfolding. Everyone there is now undead. Kenneth calls Rudy to tell him they've reached. Rudy replies that they're trapped inside, surrounded by people eating each other. In a desperate attempt to locate them, Kenneth honks the car horn and asks if Rudy can hear it. The blaring horn, however, draws the zombies' attention. Every infected person turns toward their car and starts charging at them. Kenneth and Bang manage to speed away just in time, escaping the area as the zombies spread rapidly throughout the entire village. Back inside, Rudy notices that the zombies have moved away. He spots Sadaman's car parked outside and decides to check it. They all cautiously step out, only to find the car completely wrecked. Suddenly, Sum appears in her zombified form and rushes toward them. To be safe, they run into a nearby house, but Sum attacks Rudy at the door. We hear the sounds of struggle before Rudy finally manages to lock himself inside, covered in blood. Karina asks if he's okay. Rudy insists he's fine, and Karina goes to find a cloth to clean him up. That's when Rudy realizes that Sum has bitten his hand, and he knows he'll soon turn. He quietly tells Rayhan that he loves him and his mother, and asks him to take care of Kenneth. He hugs his son tightly and tells him to stay inside, no matter what happens. Moments later, Karina hears strange noises outside. When she steps out, she finds Rudy already transforming into a zombie. He snarls and lunges at her, trying to bite her. Then he turns toward Rayhan, attempting to attack him too. Karina smashes a pot over his head, but Rudy, now enraged, chases her. She and Rayhan manage to slam the door shut. Rudy tries to break down the door, but Karina pushes him back. He then charges at full speed, bursting into the room, only for a hand pump handle to pierce through his stomach. Rudy screams in agony as Karina and Rayhan flee, slamming the door behind them. The scene then cuts to Bang and Kenneth, who rush into the police station. They try to explain to the officers what happened, also mentioning that their car met with an accident and got damaged. The police rush out to face the zombie horde, leaving Ramen to care for the shaken siblings. Meanwhile, Ningxi enters her house armed with a knife and finds Karina inside. Suspicious, she demands to know who Karina is and whether she's infected too. Karina insists she isn't. Ningxi then asks what they're doing in her house, and Karina explains that they're just hiding. Suddenly, they hear Rudy's growl from inside. Ningxi, alarmed, asks who it is, and when she opens the door to check, we see that Rudy is still alive. Meanwhile, the police confront the zombie horde. The undead notice them and rush forward to attack. One officer fires his gun, but the bullets have no effect. We then see Ningxi calls Rothman to update him on the situation. Suddenly, the head officer somehow makes it back to the station, chased by zombies. Ramen and his senior rush inside, and Ramen quickly shuts the door, barricading it with a cabinet and a chair. Soon, the head officer turns into a zombie and approaches Rothman. In defense, Bang shoots the head officer with Ramen's pistol. Ramen yells, "Why did you kill my senior?" But the officer rises again, lunging at Ramen, trying to bite him. Ramen pushes him back. Then the officer turns on Bang. Kenneth strikes him hard on the head, and Bang sprays him with a fire extinguisher. Together, the three manage to lock him behind the bars. Outside, a massive horde of zombies has gathered around the police station. Bang urges Rothman to call nearby police stations for help. Ramen contacts them and explains the situation. Kenneth tries to call Rudy, but he doesn't answer, and she breaks down, consoled by Bang. Soon, she receives a call from Karina, who informs her that she is safe at a local resident's house near the chief's, and that Rayhan is unharmed. Kenneth breaks down while speaking to Rayhan, asking where his father is. Karina explains that Rudy has turned into a zombie and tried to attack her and Rayhan, causing Kenneth to break down further. Bang reassures Karina that they are trapped at the police station, but have called for backup, and once help arrives, they will rescue everyone. We then see Rothman and Bang climb to a higher section to assess the situation, and are horrified to see that their reinforcements have already been overrun by zombies. Suddenly, a prayer blares over a loudspeaker, and zombies starts running towards the source of the sound. Bang realizes the zombies are attracted to sound, just as they had chased after the car horn earlier. Earlier, the police had confiscated a pile of heavy-duty fireworks. Ramen grabs a rocket firework and launches it toward the farm, its explosion luring the zombies away. The scene cuts to Rothman, Bang, and Ken is suited up in protective police gear. Raman calls Ningxi to inform her that he's coming to pick her up. Ningxi tells Karina that her boyfriend is on the way. Thunder rumbles outside, causing the zombified Rudy to growl. Meanwhile, Rothman and Bang slightly open the door and fire a skyrocket. The loud explosion draws the zombies away from the station, clearing a path for them to sneak out safely. Suddenly, a group of zombies appear from the front. Rothman shoots them and realizes they only die when shot in the head. But the sound of gunfire attracts more zombies from behind, moving toward them. The three of them quickly form a group and take their positions. They shoot down a few zombies, but soon they're surrounded as more and more undead close in, pushing and trying to bite them. Just then, a loud thunder strikes and Rudy manages to free himself. He starts banging on the door, trying to open it, while zombies outside also begin breaking in. Another flash of lightning strikes, and for a moment, all the zombies go still, but only for a moment, before they start attacking again. Suddenly, it begins to rain, and the zombies back off on their own. Taking advantage of the chaos, Kenneth, Bang, and Raman quickly make a run for it, trying to escape from there. Inside the house too, the zombies turn calm. When Karina goes to check, she realizes that the rain is somehow pacifying them. She decides they should leave. Ningxi takes out her bike and starts it. Meanwhile, Rudy breaks open the door and comes out, and the three of them manages to ride away, leaving the house behind. Meanwhile, the rain stops and instantly, the zombies start attacking again. They lunge toward Bang and Raman. Another zombie attacks Kenneth, but she shoots it in the head, killing it instantly, only to realize she's out of bullets. She runs toward a nearby pickup truck, while Raman and Bang manage to enter the police station from the back door. Kenneth gets inside the truck, just as several zombies surround her. Terrified, she tries to start it, but the engine won't turn on. That's when she spots Karina, Rayhan, and Ningxi in the distance. Their bike has broken down. As Ningxi tries to restart it, the noise attracts nearby zombies, who start charging toward them. Just in time, Kenneth fires a sky shot, drawing the zombies toward the fields instead. She immediately rushes toward Rayhan and hugs him in relief.
You're still watching? Good. Like, comment, and subscribe to Recapss Horror.
But before they can breathe, a zombie appears right behind them. They all start running, and as the zombie tries to bite them, Ningxi stabs it in the head with a knife, killing it instantly. Karina then takes control of the truck, driving through and crushing any zombies in her path. She tries to turn the truck but loses control as the brakes fail, crashing straight into the police station. They all get out safely, and Ningxi and Raman hug each other, crying. Kenneth finds that Bang's leg is trapped under a fallen cabinet. As zombies begin to break into the station, Raman shoots at them, while Bang fires from the other side. Karina quickly figures out an escape route through another door. They all try to free Bang's leg, but he stops them and says he spent his entire life running away from problems. This time, he won't run. He tells Rayhan to take care of his mother and decides to sacrifice himself. Meanwhile, the zombie locked in the cell bites Ningxi's arm. Raman shoots it immediately and tries desperately to save her, but more zombies rush in and attack both of them. Just then, Kenneth spots Rudy, charging toward her. Rayhan tries to save his mother, but Rudy shifts his focus and lunges at him instead. Kenneth grabs Rudy's head, holding him still as Karina fires a shot straight through it, killing him instantly. On the other side, the couple meet a heartbreaking end as Raman pulls out the ring and places it on Ningxi's finger. They hold hands tightly as the zombies pile up on them. The undead almost break through the windows. Kenneth and Rayhan, crying, try to pull Bang out, but he pleads with them to leave. Lighting a firecracker, he forces them to go. Despite not wanting to, as they step outside, zombies swarm Bang. He throws the lit firecracker toward a pool of spilled petrol, triggering a massive explosion that engulfs the entire police station in flames, destroying everything and everyone inside. Kenneth, Rayhan, and Karina watch the station burn from a distance as Kenneth breaks down, crying for her brother. While running away, Kenneth suddenly realizes she's been infected. Probably Rudy had bitten her during the attack. She immediately tells Rayhan that she can't come with him and Karina, then hugs him tightly. Rayhan pleads, crying, asking her not to leave. Both of them hold each other, sobbing. Karina, in tears, begs Kenneth to come along, saying she doesn't want to lose her again. Kenneth hugs her and says softly, "Rayhan is yours now." Taking the pistol in her hand, she walks away from them, while Rayhan screams for his mother. Turns out, even the explosion couldn't completely destroy the zombies. As they begin to re-emerge, Kenneth lights a firework and leads them away, giving Karina and Rayhan a chance to escape on the bike. Finally, she walks into the open field, points the gun at her own head, and pulls the trigger, saving herself from the agony of turning into a zombie. As Rayhan and Karina ride off, Hardy suddenly appears in front of the camera, running toward their bike. In the final scene, we cut to Jakarta City, where Mrs. Grace and her husband are seen. Grace was the person for whom the second elixir sample was meant, and it's revealed that she has consumed it, becoming young again. The film ends with the couple celebrating the potion's miraculous effects, unaware of the horror that's about to unfold. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the chills, hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss a scare. Until next time, stay spooky.